Okay, so everything Marissa said is true, more or less, about this group of poems. This particular poem is called "Where Is His Story," and there are some basic things you need for making a shrine. This poem is dedicated to Alan Curtis Jones, who died 13 younger than I am today, December 28, 1976. Nothing we can conjure of a past ever pales to the reality of a present, yet it seems we still feel a need to try. Things to mark an event, a word, a photo, a shrine. No photo of you here though, no shrine either. What does it mean that we might tell how you likely went and how you were returning, but still cannot remember where it all did end? Trauma. The cause of proximal forgetting and the salt to distance remembering. What comes of this? A detached and less effective knowing. His story. 3 days after Christmas, everybody parties on break. A new car, bred as oxygenated blood, with a celestial name, the soon-to-be bearer to your body of the same. Take the way back from the house at 305 Euclid. Not around the front where Dad might see, might ask. Right on Alabama. Right on 19th. A quick left around the tree, where in the form of a small bird, your brother first encountered self-caused death. Your turn with this will be of a different kind. Hurry now. It's time. Pick up Mikey at Mikey and Davy's house at 1907 Delaware. Drive out, beyond the tracks, to the dunes where you played as children, where Mikey got hit in the eye with a rock, and where you all had to make up a story to explain it, much as I am doing now. Part truth, part story, part probe, part bond. An imaginative effort at complete. Out over that deep water. Now, the parental boundary you were never allowed to pass when you were at the age of building subterranean forts on the soft soil this side of it. On to the best damn liquor store for kids. At the corner of Jefferson and Gregory, which is now a church, vendor of both of life and death in its time. Not the only irony here. We're halfway there now. Take Gregory east to the South River Road where it pops inland under the tracks with that loop around them. Take a right, then out to Babel Slough, then right again and on to 12 Trees. Were they here, this group? Or were they over there and that? We're now only speckle-bellied geese too young to know, but to remember. Circle, circle, call, and land. Was Babel Slough talking yet that night? What were the whisperings? Any names among them? What happened at 12 Trees? Was it the cops? Those old Westside boys suspiciously good at finding sunk bodies and suspiciously bad at finding the culprits? Or just an end to the party? Ah, the rain, that soon-to-be familiarly hated force. So why take the river road back then? Why not the way you came? A more illuminated and less twisted route? So many questions, mostly what we are left with now. Not the last of them, was it here? When the Celica lost traction, did your view look like this? Nothing. A sound to awaken a farmhouse somewhere between the slough and home. Not this home. A.J. Rogers has himself a pretty good shrine here already. Maybe this one? Yes, this must be it. For it has no shrine, just like you. And so it is, the thing we are looking for most we cannot find. We cannot find you anywhere. Mikey was thrown, we know that. One broken collarbone and a wounded tongue, it seems. The person most qualified to tell this story, yet one who declines or is perhaps unable to tell it. Your breath, Alan, sucked out beneath the weight of steel and black rubber, your body pinned on land where we can walk and see, and yet still cannot know. If you'd made it to the river, maybe you could have been like one of Ellis and Seth's uncountables. Then maybe an article at least, or a mention in their stories. A monument of sorts, I suppose. Either that, or maybe you'd have met good old Leonidas. His body was never found, you know, but he has quite a nice shrine for it. Up the river. Perhaps He'd let you share. You're right. It is too far. It's not so much that everyone's luck runs out sometime, just that someone's luck is running out always. Drunk and high maybe certainly doesn't help, but I was similar to the same, only seatbelt when I began groping and these lines began coming. In the dark, driving that same road. Communion should require risk. It purifies intent. What does it say, though, then, that I came near to your end when trying to swat a cab-trapped mosquito in sober daylight? We cannot recreate. That word describes only effort, not a possibility. What else then is left? Is trying to come close all foolishness, past and ever-coming present period? All turns to gift in the end. Gift being the primary way something unworthy can be claimed. I hear you gone. Of course it is. Of course it is I, rightfully, that should be giving now. A middle name nowhere near fair trade for a new present. Take this poem then, my meager gift, along with it my one regret, to still not know just exactly where to put it. Babel, would that you were not a slough, and indeed a tower, so a name might remain dry and kept, instead of wet and flowing to a loss.